Hi, it's Lynn, your adulting coach. In this video, I'm summarizing Zack Morris's 2020 TEFOS presentation on pathological demand avoidance. This is a common diagnosis in Europe, but not so often in the United States. And Zack actually argues in his presentation at the Executive Function Online Summit that PDA is a part of autism. It's a characteristic, it's a trait that isn't going to go away, and is a great explanation for why our kids avoid doing what needs to get done to build the life that they want and need to have in case anything happens to us in the next 5 years. So it just is characterized by avoiding demands. And wow, once you've graduated from high school and you've had all those demands placed on you and you have had them clearly defined for you by the school system, and your time has been allocated for you as well by the calendar or whatever events you're in or whatever tutoring you're receiving, whatever help you're getting to get through school, now we're asking our kids, our autistic graduates, to create that themselves. Talk about a huge demand. And I think this video will help you understand from Zack's point of view why PDA has such an impact on our kids and what we can do about it. So here's what's happening. They're resisting by moving away from that threat to safety, and they're in protection. There's too many decisions. They're really not prepared for the school, did not prepare them for structuring their days, for dividing it up into parts so that they can tackle one thing at a time. It was all done for them. All of that was done. There were subject areas in school that they had to do. Well, now they got subject areas in life, but it's all one big muddle. So it puts them in a place where, and let's just face facts, it puts us in a place often too when we're in protection mode where we're unable to flex, collaborate, or actually act consistently with what we really value, what our core values are. So we get kind of stuck in the moment. We start those loops, those spin cycles where we just keep going on the same thing and we don't make any progress. And thoughts like, no one would understand why I'm stuck. I just don't want to participate because it's not going to turn out the way I want it to. And maybe later I'll be better prepared for this. You can hear these thoughts happen if we listen carefully to and reflect carefully with our autistic graduates. It is not the same thing as analysis paralysis. That becomes like an intellectual debate. Should I do this or should I do that? This is not what performance demand avoidance is about. It's about anxiety, overwhelm, and stress. Really, they're feeling afraid. They're feeling inadequate. That's creating a lot of anxiety and stress, and so they're in defense mode, and often it looks like spending time on screens where they're safe. So how do we help? We must help them be more compassionate with themselves. That this is a universal phenomena of avoiding demands, and it just is intensified by an autistic brain. And it makes perfect sense. If they were in a stadium full of thousands of autistic people and we were talking about this topic, you would see a lot of nodding of heads. This is absolutely par for the course when you have an autistic brain. And we can't think our way out of it. We have to drop ourselves into our body and notice what's going on in there. Where are those emotions happening? Can we name sad, mad, glad, scared? Can we name it? And we don't have to be a poet and give it exactly the descriptor, but just at the high level, what's it feel like inside of there? Is it like a clenching of the stomach, the back of the neck? Is it shivering? What's going on inside of the body? We do not use logic or reason. We are witnessing survival. They are trying to survive. Their brain is telling them there's a huge threat, and they're trying to respond in a way that they can survive. So witnessing is the key word here, because we really want to notice the words that they're using, the actions that they're taking, the emotions that they're sharing, and we just really want to witness it, not judge it in any way. Notice what's happening with their body. Is the body language telling us something? Because there's certainly something going on inside there. And by the way, we don't want to teach this when they're in one of those times. They're in protection mode. They're not connecting with the lesson of the moment. We just want to be there and witness for them. That's part of the warm approach that I advocate. Accept that it's part of autism. Reflect as much as we can so that they feel seen, safe, and soothed in our presence. And that's so that they know that we're there for them when they're ready to come back online, when they're ready to connect again. Watch our own thought stream. That acceptance piece is not so easy when we recognize that they are lagging their peers in terms of their ability to support themselves if something catastrophic did occur. And we have to watch that, because of course that puts us right into fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode, and they'll pick right up on that. So we need to make sure that our thoughts are in the acceptance realm. If we can shift them to acceptance and curiosity and kindness and compassion, we'll be much better off in that moment. And then of course later we want to debrief and sort out what happened. We want to offer support at that time, describe what they can expect from us, and we'll be checking in again when they're going through these very, when increased demands put them into this PDA state. We want to find their tension tolerance and stay inside that zone if at all possible. It's like when I'm trying to lift weights, sure, I'd love to do, a 25-pound dumbbell, bicep exercise, but I'm not there. I'm at 15, and then some days it's good, and I'm at 20. So just know that that's where they are, and we have to stay inside that and make sure that we are regulated the whole time. This is co-regulation. It's not distraction or disassociation. This distraction is when we say, oh, look at that shiny object over there, that's going to feel better. That's what they're doing. They're distracting themselves with their screens, or disassociating. Oh, it's really not that important to you. That's not what this is. Those are temporary fixes. They help us feel better on a temporary basis, but they unfortunately reinforce the avoidance pattern. We want to shift our gears down, create space and time to reduce the pressure that they feel by our actions. Now, that's all we can control. We're not looking to manipulate them in any way. All we're trying to do is make sure that we're centered, we're calm, we have the right perspective, we're accepting where they are, and we're going to just do our best every day. We need to find those thoughts with them that inspire that playfulness, that curiosity, and that compassion that fuels our connection, so that we can continue to be the person that they look to for help when things are tough, because we know that we have their best interests at heart, and we are often more available than anyone else in their life. And that's why we're here. That's our challenge as conscious parents. We want to do this parenting thing in a conscious way and give them the gift of time. Time to grow, time to connect, time to enjoy life more every day. I hope this summary of Zack's presentation is helpful, and I'm really happy to be sharing this information with you, because it's just making me a better parent for our alternative learners. Bye for now.